Mute. Start again. The mic was at mute. No wonder why. Oh, I just saw it. Definitely, I'm asleep. She was doing everything she could in the background. She even put a touchdown, and we still couldn't hear it. Sorry, start again. It's my fault. My bad. That means we've
Okay.
been all the time, and we've been deaf. People had to be deaf mute, so we were. Go ahead.
Rewind.
Yeah.
Okay. I am Zare, and with his side to you, doing whatever it is he is doing, because you know
I'm trying to put on the headset so that I actually could hear. That's what I
is
was actually trying to do.
is my husband Imar, and he is the tinkerer and the uh, audio person and the whatever it is that we need to have to make this show happen, and that's him. So between Zare, me, and Imar, him, we are taking the journey together, and we've been taking this journey together for a little while, and we're going to continue to take it a while longer. And we are also couples coaching.
We're riding
coaches.
this thing until the wheels fall off.
Exactly, and they're on tight right now. So we are, yes, we are relationship coaches, and so you can contact us through Mind at Rest Couples Coaching, and we'll put the numbers up in the email address where you can contact us a little bit later. But in the meantime, where we're going to start off is I am going to read the Taking the Journey Together belief statement. And it goes like this. We are going to relate. It doesn't matter what your mother says, your father, your children, or even what Jesus says. We are going to relate. We get the idea that we can be friends, but we can't be lovers, or we can be lovers, but we can't be friends. Therefore, we decide that we can marry our lovers, but not our friends. At Taking the Journey Together, we feel the need to relate in a balanced way. By balanced, since we believe our best friend can be our best lover, we mean taking the friendship and sharing on one side and the lover and sexual compatibility on the other side, then working towards creating a thriving relationship, or what we call a healthy relationship, which is going to have a lot of connection with what we are going to talk about today. But before we do that, do you have anything you would like to add?
I hear us.
I'm glad. Do we sound okay?
Yes, we sound okay. That's what I was trying to do from now on is put the headset in so I can know that we're actually out over live and see us at the same time on my fancy dancy radio.
See, if you had
phone.
done that before, you
Yeah.
would have known that we were muted.
Exactly. Hey, let's see who already is listening. Look who's listening. LaShonda Smith. Good to see her.
Yes.
Good to see her. Oh, wow. Good to see her.
Welcome again.
Are we going to introduce our usual?
Well, that's what I was getting ready to do.
Go right ahead.
Okay. We have got to bring in our special, always special sister, friend, and guest. I don't know if she's a guest anymore. She's kind of like old. You know how people come to your house so many times that they're at home? So, yeah, you're not really a guest anymore.
She wore her welcome, so that's
Yes, she wore in her welcome.
Yep, exactly.
That's what it is. She wore in. So we would like to welcome once again Latita, our spiritual advocate, and she is always bringing in the wonderful spiritual side of what's going on. And
she's never been an adversary. She's always been an advocate, and we're so glad that she is so groovalicious. Folks out there, this lady laughs just like this since I met her
all the time.
It's
so infectious. When she laughs, she makes you want to laugh with her.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Before we start just running down on our show and get things going. But anyway, go ahead, Fred, say something.
Oh, me. Oh, okay. Yes. Thank you. Taking the journey together, you all. Wonderful show. please tell everyone, I mean everyone, on the Talkity Tick, Tickety Talk, Instagram, Gram, Insta, Snapchat, Chap Snap, everyone about this show. This is a show for those that actually want to grow, to continuously grow and learn.
Wow.
Wonderful. And
Thank
we want to thank LaShonda. We have a message from her. She was with us just herself last week, and she's
Mhm.
with us this week. But she has a guest with her who is her husband, so he is watching with her. And that's what we like to do is maybe if it starts with one person in the relationship, then they bring in the other person in the relationship so that they can start building in a thriving way also, or continue building.
Exactly. Okay, so let's get right into this. Our opening reflection, our opening title, Before Love.
Be a friend.
Okay. Be a friend.
Be a friend, be a friend, be a friend.
Before love.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, we're going to talk about that. That's our first thought. In fact, that's our topic today.
Yes.
That is our topic. Okay, so some people, Sharon's going to talk about this mostly because I don't want myself in
Yes.
trouble. But anyway, most people, when it comes to the before love, be a friend, they have a very hunger for connection,
Mm-hmm.
a very strong desire to want to make a connection. And we're going to talk about that very point, that strong connection that many people are looking for when it comes to relationship. But it might be a little slant on it. From there. You want to start us off?
You find more, and I don't know if it's because one gender is just more outward with it than the other, but you find more females who are deeply desiring of a commitment or of a marriage or partnership, or that emotional security, and I don't know if it's because they're expected to, where society expects women to say, oh, I want a man, I need a man, and this or that. And men are expected to be more aloof about it.
Or going from one to another, or one to serial monogamous.
No, I call them serial monogamous.
Okay. So
Yeah.
monogamous. And you definitely see it in a lot of shows when it comes to the relationship thing. It's like the guy is like, I ain't too much worried about it. I'll get to when I get to it. But the thing out there is that women just are desperately need to be in a relationship, hungry and thirsty, got to get in some kind of relationship. You hear those things like, my clock is ticking,
Yes.
and my eggs are flying away, or things. I mean, things like that. Or I don't want to just be alone. I want to be lonely. Excuse me. I want to be not alone. I want to be whatever that is.
Yeah.
But you hear that a lot. That hunger for connection, a hunger for communication, a hunger for a relationship.
And part of that, and I don't know how much of this is part of it too, but there's a double standard when it comes to gender expectations, where males can go out and do whatever they want to as far as relationships are concerned, but women are expected, or females are expected, to have a certain amount of restraint and be chaste and demure until they get married. And I mean, it's really stupid, but that's what the expectation is.
But I mean, the observations from a long time ago is that a woman, whether it's sister or not, should deeply desire commitment, marriage, partnership, emotional security. That was kind of like an old school point that was pushed a lot.
That's what I was saying about that double standard.
Exactly. Sister Latina, what do you think about? I know you've heard that before. I don't know how prevalent it is now, but I know you heard that before, right?
Well, yes. I mean, the double standard, as I already said, is still going. It's still going. It is in our youth, for those that I want to be, or they're unfulfilled within themselves. They don't know themselves.
Yes.
They haven't befriended themselves. Anything outside of themselves, they feel it's superficial, right? It really is. It's superficial. And of course, let me say, this is my speculative spill. It's superficial. And you have to befriend yourself. Your enemy is your enemy. The enemy is your enemy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
The enemy, my friend. No, I'm going.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is. It is. Your enemy is your friend. You befriend you. You
Mhm.
friend you. You relationship you first.
Mm-hmm.
But
You
nobody.
get on that ship with you. Well, see, that's why we have the beautiful Zaire and Amar to show us how. That's the beauty of it.
Whoa, wow, that was so nice of her.
It
That's so
is.
nice. Yet we hear statements. Here are some of these statements. Some of the sisters are so desperate for a committed relationship, they will skip and sacrifice
The sacred beginning.
beginning of friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I know some guys who have talked to me about how I'm trying to talk to a woman and just being a friend, and she don't want to deal with me at all because I'm trying to be a friend. And they're thinking, he just throwing me the friend card. Well, what's wrong with that?
I'll tell you what's wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10, she is lacking an understanding of her value, her self-worth. And so she can't see that he has looked deeper into her than just what's on the outside and what she can offer physically. And so because she's blinded to that
Mm-hmm.
in herself,
Mm-hmm.
she thinks that it's just a ploy
Mm.
that he's not really serious about.
Yeah. That stereotype that I hear all the time. We'll talk more about it. Is I know all he wants is going to get to my panties.
Yeah.
All that rest of stuff he's just talking. But I know what he's really want to do.
Yeah.
Here's a story. A sister met a brother at church, and after only 2 conversations, she was already referring to him as her man. No foundation, no friendship, no clarity. I do remember one time when I was in church world, I remember some sisters would claim out, I'm claiming in Jesus' name, that's my husband. That's my man. And then when I ran the streets many times, I knew some sisters would say, that brother, that's my man. That's my boy.
I had a student who was talking about my man this, my man that, and she said it so much and with such conviction that I got really concerned. And I said to her, because this was a 10th grader. And I said,
how long ago was that?
A couple of years ago.
Yeah, so it's still happening.
Yeah,
still happening.
Yeah, so I said to her, I said, you keep talking about your man. How old is he? He's 16. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I said, does he live by himself? No. Does he pay any bills? No. Does he have a job? No. Does he have a car? No. Does he have any responsibilities? No. Then you're not dealing with a man and you're not ready to deal with a man. Stop calling him your man. He's your boyfriend at best. He's your friend. Boy would be even better. But they get this my man thing, and where do they get it from? Media.
That too.
Social media. And but when they get that, they don't learn how to take that part of going from me, loving me, understanding me, and then introducing somebody else into that equation. They don't do that. They see it, everybody else has a man, everybody else has a boyfriend, everybody else has somebody. I want one too.
What media, radio, and in their own life relationship, their own story. That's how the story goes.
Yes.
The story is we can be friends. We can be what? But we can't be lovers. We can be lovers, but we can't be friends. Yeah. So friendship is kind of left out. Anyway, Sister T, I know I just can hear you itching. You just got to say something. Go and talk to us.
No, I agree with everything that's said. And the fact that she's in 10th grade, it is not surprising. That went on when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And then there is no preparation because society doesn't want you prepared. Society wants you to depend on society.
Yeah.
That's the curse of society. Society wants you to depend on what society is going to do next. And social media, it's ramen noodles. Everything is instant.
Yes.
There's no gratification in it. there's no actual growth in it. Ramen noodles has so much sodium. If you eat 2 packs of it, you're gonna end up with high blood pressure, you know. So, so you have to look at social media as the same thing. It's really not good for you. Really, social media is really antisocial because it's just you by yourself.
Yes. In that way, if everything's virtual. But I just want to say, I hate to say it before we move on a different section. I'm gonna be a little bit of Nixon advocate. They got some new noodles out that's supposed to be good for you. I just saw it come up on Facebook. It's supposed to be nutritious as can be. Anyway, I'm moving on. The role of friendship in relationship building. What's the role of friendship in relationship building? What is that's the thing that we don't do enough is add the role of friendship in relationship building. Now, do we? No, we don't. Healthy love begins with what?
Intentional friendship.
Intentional friendship.
Yes.
And their mask has to come off. During courtship period, many a times we try to play like we're friends and we put on our best ambassador suit, our best ambassador face to try to draw that person to doing that. What time again we just call that?
The courtship.
The courtship time. But many times we ain't being who we really are when we're with our friends in the first place.
But 9.5 times out of 10, going back to what Latita said just a little bit ago, we haven't had that courtship with ourselves. Most people are afraid to be alone with themselves.
Exactly.
They will surround themselves.
No, they're courting themselves. They're courting what people have said and what their subconscious has taught them through their family, through their friends, through the church world. This is how you should be about yourself. This is how you should be as a particular individual person. So you're courting yourself, but the self you're courting is what society says who you are.
Yeah.
And you bring that many times to that relationship.
Exactly. But you bring everything but yourself.
Exactly.
Because you don't know yourself. It's amazing how many people spend time with other people so they don't have to spend time with themselves. And that, you know, if you're not going to spend time with yourself, you're not going to know yourself. So that imposter that you have been dealing with is going to go into relationships with you, is going to go into the grocery store with you, into the workplace with you, until you stop and say, wait a minute, something's not right. I need to get off of this merry-go-round and find out what the real world is for me.
Well, friendship is like the soil. Love is the fruit. Don't expect harvesting something without planting the seed. Hey, face it. The Knight in White Shiny Armor, the Walt Disney Show, always get the perception of something on the other side that's being led. But there really is no investment of friendship as the seed in a particular relationship. And you wonder why. And the long term, the relationship falls apart.
Yeah. Hey. And when you talk about the Walt Disney fairy tale things,
fantasy, it's a fantasy.
Exactly. Those fairy tales are set up in such a way that the female doesn't have to know who she is, because she's going to just follow along with whatever she is given when she gets into that relationship. She is, it carries on that thing of she's supposed to be taken care of. The thing of, he's supposed to provide everything she needs, everything she wants, but it comes down to what he feels she needs, what he feels she wants. And and the reality is
many times he doesn't even know what he needs,
exactly,
what he wants,
exactly,
or what he has to bring to the table at all.
Right.
He's living under a courtship fantasy himself.
Exactly.
Many, especially the African American community, as for me, didn't have a father as a representation in the first place. They're living off of movies, from Scarface, from maybe some rappers too at the same time, as being who their example of males are, to try to look at as being fathers. They have no real experience either at the same time. They didn't even know how to be a friend to themselves, let alone really be a friend to other women. Though I have to admit, the younger generation certainly tried and started that with that friendship thing, loving basketball and so on and so forth. And started with that idea, that ride and die chick, or that ride and die, however that may be. And so that particular one, I have to give them credit. They did try to move into being more friends with one another, because their example with their mother and father wasn't around. was they ain't being no example for me, and I'm not going to do as they say because they ain't doing.
But they still didn't know themselves.
No.
Jump in there.
Yes.
No, I'm agreeing. I'm in agreement mode and agreement, signing the agreement with you. I mean, when you said the Disney, because media, society, they sowed the seeds with us of the fairy tale, the facade, and we're living the facade and not us. You see a child, the 11-year-old, I saw an 11-year-old on TikTok. She was doing skincare. Wait, what? The facade, not
Wow.
just her. She didn't have nothing wrong with her skin, mind you, because she's 11. But I'm just saying, it perpetuates. We feed the beast and then wonder why the beast is killing us or starving us because we perpetually feed the same beast. The definition of insanity is what? Repetition, but also the definition of hope is the same thing.
Wow.
So there you go.
I like that. So real friendship, first of all, starts out having real emotional safety.
Mhm.
If you are operating as a real friend, your emotional safety means I can be authentic. I can present my feelings.
Yes.
Sometimes those feelings are not going to be too comfortable with the other person feels. But one thing is for sure, you could have some feelings that have always felt good about that person as a friend, that you figure you shouldn't do it because of the fact, as shows and others say, being friends and being together, that means we're not opposite, so I can't show my real feelings. But in friendship, if you're operating as it should be, you should be able to show your feelings. One of your feelings might be, I really like you. I really care for you. And those kind of feelings, you should be able to feel comfortable to say that other individual and the individual that you ultimately want to get into a relationship to, because you have emotional safety, male and female portion, and not just keep it to yourself. There's also time to see each other's characters without pressure. Many times during the courtship period, there's that pressure of making sure I do everything right, making sure that I say everything he wants to hear, making sure that I do everything he wants, making sure that I do and give everything she wants. But that's pressure. That's happening when you shouldn't have that kind of pressure. And true friendship, your character that you're able to display, good or bad, is going to be done without pressure.
And then when you get in a situation like that and you get in it under the gun or something happens, something starts to fall apart. For example, something happens unexpectedly. Finances fall, a car accident or something like that, where more pressure goes on one individual more than the other, or one has to take care of the other one. They may not know how to take care of themselves, and then all of a sudden they have to take care of somebody else. Where is that support? Because they haven't supported each other fully up to that point, because they haven't had the friendship. With the friendship, they can talk about, they can know this is what I like, this is what I want. And if that person is going through hard times, you'll know more how to help them through that.
Exactly.
You'll know how to talk to them, how to get them to talk about what it is that's bothering them. But without that friendship piece, you don't know how to love them through the hard times.
And we're talking about true friendships. We're not talking about associates, folks. No. We're talking about true friendship. So honesty without obligation. You can be honest without feeling that you have to be obligated. What a sign of showing if true friendship is actually operating, that you can be honest without having obligation. One example, a brother generally wanted to be a friend, help her move, and invited her to community events, but she got angry when he didn't make it romantic. I just want to take you to the movie. I may want to take you to the museum. Oh no, you gotta wine and dine me and go out and dance. I hear some brothers who were like nerds. They call me that too. Anyway, a nerd, and just want to be a friend and do something like that. And I'm like, no, I don't do no museum. I don't do any of that stuff. No, you gotta wine and dine me, and so that part makes it hard to feel like you could be a friend with anyone.
Because once again, society says if it is a male and a female, there has to be romance in it. There has to be something
Sexual
leading to marriage. There has to be, as you said,
Sexual
a sexual
connection.
connection to it. There has to be all of these milestones, and these milestones are supposed to be hidden one right after the other, just like that.
Sally. Spiritual angle in the Yoruba tradition, and Ubuntu philosophy. Relationships are rooted in
interconnectedness.
and not owner or expectation.
Yes.
Wow. What you think about that, sister, before we move on? We left you that one.
No, I mean, it's true. Friendship, again, my stance is befriend yourself before you befriend anyone else.
Mhm.
Society has built this falsehood, this illusion, as you said, these various components that this must happen before this happens. And they sexualized everything. Everything is sexualized when it shouldn't be. I should be able to go to the movies with a David Banner or a Mark, and yeah, just giving shout out to them. Go to the movies with them and go, hey, let's go get popcorn. And it should be, do you want me to buy? I buy, or we just do it separately. As friends, we should be able to do that. But society has it built that, oh no, you're going to have to buy my dinner. You're going to have to do this before this happens. No, that's not how real life is. I want a friendship. I thrive on transparency. I want transparency. And please do not tell me, this is personal. Please don't tell me, oh, I don't want to tell you the truth because truth hurts. Dear heart, the word hurt is within the word truth. So you don't have to spare me anything. Tell me the truth. Let me decide if it's going to hurt me or not.
Yeah.
Let me learn me while I'm learning you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Wow. Whoa. Time to move on. We're just moving so quickly too in our different segments. Next segment we're talking about real quickly before we go into our break is why some sisters skip the friendship stage. Uncommon packing reason. Why do sisters sometimes skip the friendship stage? Trauma bonding. Searching for healing through romance can lead to what?
Instead of inner work.
Yes. I'm sorry. In other words, we're going to try to use the sex and the romance to somehow lead to inner healing. How many times have that happened? Okay. How many times have sisters said, oh, I know that guy really likes me because he certainly put it on me. He certainly made love to me. And I know some brothers who are like, yeah, I know I can make some connection to that sister if I put it on her.
But what that does is that that sets up these soul ties that should not, that are created out of illusion, out of misunderstanding, out of just cavalier waste of
physical lust.
Yeah, that too. Yes, exactly. Cavalier experiences. You know, if you're not, and women connect to that a lot quicker than men.
Yeah.
You know, women,
we just gotta overlook it because you just say, hey, I got an Audi, so I ain't even thinking about no any.
Yeah.
Just keep on running.
Men will say, oh, that was a fun night. And a woman will say, oh, he loves me so much.
Exactly. Societal message. If he's not pursuing me romantically, he's wasting my time. Wow. What you think about that, Sister Latita?
No, you're not wasting time if you're not pursuing romantically. That's society. Society does this. Society is about as toxic as bottom dwellers. Okay. They are. Society, again, the illusion. And this is where I have to sit back and give pause. Why do we continuously feed society? Why do we allow society this leverage? When we are thinking able-bodied individuals, so-called adults, they go, I don't think it should be this way. No, I know it shouldn't be this way.
Yeah.
But yet we allow the feeding. Then complain about the cavities that we get.
We live in the me generation, the selfie generation. Social networking is all about me. So I'm going to push that, baby. I'm going to push it. I love my situationship. I don't care what you say. I love it. Pressure from clock watching. I don't have no time to waste. Ain't nobody got no time for with this. I used to see in some relationships, some of the people in relationships, some sisters have had involved in my relationship, they would get the perception if we go on and get anything deep that do with relationship and friendship, they would say, not only ain't nobody have no time for it, but it don't take all that.
Yeah.
It don't take all that. You're gonna stay here anyway. You're gonna make love to me anyway. Da 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 da. So don't take all that. We're not gonna waste our time on that when it comes to friendship.
Yeah, I believe that the problem here is we have to keep going back to what Sister Latita said. You don't love yourself. And when you don't love yourself, the whole thing of looking for love in all the wrong places.
Hey, that was a country song.
Yeah.
Looking for love in all the. No, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
Next time, just let
I hope I sound like the brother was here of the Commodores. He wrote some country songs. Great
he
country
wrote a lot
songs,
of
too. Yes, he did. Okay,
yes,
go on.
Yes.
Ah.
Lionel Richie. For those
There
of you
you
who are
go. I
wondering.
met him before, so he was here in
Yes.
Savannah. We were out on River Street, by the way. Remember they're in a hidden place,
Yeah.
doing that the star thing. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry
Yeah.
because we got to move on.
But yeah, you know, we and I'm gonna go back to families.
Mhm.
Families generally do not instill the principles of self-love. If you long time ago it was, if you love yourself, you are bordering on being conceited.
Yes,
Being conceited,
but that
is a
was
negative.
because that was self-centered.
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
it wasn't self-conscious. It was self-centered.
But the thing is,
Built
how
on
do you-
grandiose ideas that were built on many of those subconscious state that someone taught you to be away. Someone brought it to your way because your conscious doesn't know the right and wrong, and therefore it just reproduced it, and you just follow through it like an actor. But you never took your time to find out who you were.
But how dare those adults tell that child that they're being conceited when they are not teaching them the difference between the conceited side and the proper way to love self. You know, I mean, you can't fault somebody for doing what they don't know if you're not willing to teach them.
I'll leave that alone because I think there's some time in life where there is accountability. There is accountability that you have, and you can't keep on slipping it off and say just because that's this life.
I
That's it.
know you
No,
can't, but
there
I'm
is
saying
some
as
parts in
a
life.
child, go ahead.
Okay.
No, I wanted to say, off of just to add to what you just said, for those parents or people, how can they teach? They didn't know. How can you teach something they don't know?
Now that part
That's true.
is very, very true.
That's true.
That is very true. Malcolm X perspective. We must not let desperation for affirmations become a new form of emotional colonization where we rush to possess instead of relate. I'll say it again. We must not let desperation of emotional affirmation become a new form of emotional colonization where we rush to possess instead of relate. How's that one from a Malcolm X point of view? From a urban shaman insight, which would be my insight too. This desperate clouds, what?
Desperation clouds discernment. It invites trickster energy. That's what you were talking about earlier.
Yes, it does. I know in my player days, I know some brothers in the player days, we used the trickster speak. Hey, Smokey Robinson knows about it too. So does that.
But no, that's I liken it to this. Water seeks its own level. You don't see a pond trying to be a river, and we know the river goes into the ocean. Some people are puddles. Puddles dry out. There's a reason why there's various forms of water. We want you to be the ocean. We want you to spread out. We want you to flourish. We want you to continuously learn and grow and become better. You want to be a pond? Cool. But guess what? You're going to flourish with other ponds.
A Ponzi schemes. But anyway. No doubt about it. Hey, listen, we got to real quickly, for the sake of this good show, and I can't say
Take a break.
Take a break. I can't say what I say, but we're going to come back and give you some more good knowledge, more good information. Because yes, we want you to have a balanced healthy relationship. That's what taking the journey is all about.
Yes.
Is making sure you have. So be right back. Hold on to your shoes, your coach, and also your socks.
Partner.
Yeah, your partner too. Here we go.
Hello, world. We're here, serving Savannah, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Brooklyn, Houston, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and the world. The best music all the time. The greatest songs ever made, every time. Tune in to Hot 2100 Savannah and get a taste for your ears. Hot 2100 Savannah, serving Savannah and the world.
I see why you mad, you ain't swaggin' like
Wow, that
Wow.
movie was 2021. What a movie that was.
Yes,
My goodness, we had to bring that movie back again
exactly.
and
We
make a
need,
feature.
we need to do part 3
Exactly.
the-
You
of
know,
the
sometimes those
sequel.
old movies can play
That's what I said,
again,
part-
and they still get their juice.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But we want to give fresh juice.
Well, relationships basically are still going on.
Yeah.
People are going to relate. Doesn't make it. You know the rest. Of the story.
Yeah. I yes.
So
I
tell a
just-
little bit about us, where they can find us real quickly. Oh, especially since we got email address.
Okay.
Mhm.
We can be located at Taking the Journey Together at gmail.com, Facebook at
Mhm.
TTJ Together, Instagram at Taking the J Together.
And
If you are interested in being in getting some coaching, you can contact us at 786-763-1324. Also, you can email us at takingthejourneytogether@gmail.com and let us know that you're needing coaching, and we will contact you back. Also, new day, new time. You can find us on WRUU radio on Thursday mornings at 11 o'clock starting next week. At 11 o'clock, Thursday mornings, WRUU. So you can get us on Thursday morning at 11 o'clock and then come back for the second round on Thursday afternoon or Thursday evening at 6 o'clock on our Black Media.
one radio, the other one you can see. It's pretty soon we'll be working with this great sister next to us. Hopefully, we'll be working as a partnership and doing something on the tickety talk, as she says. And we'll be getting out there, getting all of those young folks on TikTok who get a chance to listen to this. And I'll be honest with you, and I know you know too, Latia, they are talking this stuff now out there.
Oh,
They're
yes.
talking this.
Yes.
This is something I've been talking for years, and they are talking the same stuff. And so I'm glad to see what we're talking about is something they're talking about, because it is what's going to be named as a foundation for relationship. You just get a chance to hear it from folks who are living it too, as they're trying to make sure that it will work in the long run.
Yes.
And it really will. So we're very happy about it. We're looking forward to work with you to making that live on Tickety Talk. I can't say TikTok since you said Tickety Talk. Yep. So where were we, Sharon, before? I don't know where we were.
Well, we're moving into the other perspective.
What perspective?
The
is that?
perspective that we're moving into is the one when brothers offer pure friendship.
Oh, brothers
Pure
will
friendship.
actually offer
Yes.
pure friendship?
Yes.
Really? And they're not getting nothing out of it?
Hey,
Oh my God.
they if they offer pure friendship, I'll bet they're getting something out of it.
Oh.
Some brothers out there aren't playing games.
Mhm.
They just want to connect soul to soul, no strings.
Mhm.
So, and what's wrong with that?
Well, I mean, if we want to be for real, as we should be, not just right, many times the stereotypes that affect us in our relationships
Mhm.
as Black folks is that thing you just spoke of will be given to what white guys will do for you in a relationship, and not what a Black guy will do, because of the stereotypes. I know some sisters that I have dated or I've talked to, and they would tell me right out many times, I will have more friendship with white guys than I do with Black guys. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, if my car goes down, my wash machine gets broke, something happens, I can get a white guy I know from work or some white guy from down the street, and he'll come out every time to work on my car, work on my wash machine to get it fixed, like a good friend, like a good white neighbor. State Farm, that white man is there. But anyway, I'm telling you, I have heard that more than once. Y'all two are laughing. Y'all might have some in your own life happen that way. And so you know what I'm talking about. For a minute, come on, talk to me, Sister Latina. You know what I'm talking about. Got her flabbergasted. She can't even talk from that end.
So, oh,
You just did this whole impromptu.
Well, sound like to me, brothers, we must have caught them in the catch. We caught them in a catch for that particular.
I'm going to go back and
Mhm.
and I'm going to talk about why what you did and what you said
Mhm.
worked, because what you said is we are affected by the stereotype.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
What comes down to is something that you often say
Mhm.
is we are infected by that stereotype.
Mhm.
In other words, the stereotypes began to infect us as a disease would infect us.
Yes.
It eats away at the good infrastructure that we have.
Oh, we
and
should
so
have.
and so we start to believe, especially when we have this, not only do we have the gender inequality, but now we have the ethnic inequality.
Mhm.
And so,
Oh, it's been that way.
I know, I'm saying in addition to.
Mhm.
And so we have, okay, I'm not good enough for him. No, he's not good enough for me
Mhm.
because he wants a different kind of relationship from what I do. I'm not good enough for him because he is different from me.
Mhm.
And so we've got this witch's brew that's stirring up. It's like a tornado type of thing that is being created here, where the woman is in the midst of this, and she is, I can have this kind of relationship with him, but not with him because he's not sincere about it. But he's sincere about it because society says
Well,
so. And
yeah,
that's that infection eating away.
Exactly.
core
But,
of
you know,
her.
let's not whitewash it.
No,
Let's put it what it is. Culture-wise, the perception, especially in this country, is given that the person, his water is cleaner and his sugar is sweeter, is white folks, especially a white man when it comes to relationship.
And-
And because of that stereotype, that is usually carried over, and in turn pushed in such a way that many black men will live under the stereotype that we can't, we're not, or we won't be.
Yeah.
And sad to say, many relationships, that's how that operates. I think a lot of the swirl relationship, those relationships that are interracial, are based on that kind of stereotype. And a lot of black guys who may be near to not like that are not given a chance to relate to a black woman because the stereotype might be pushing in their mind that, oh no, he's jive, he's not real, he's a monster. There ain't no way can he be your real friend. And that's really too bad.
Yeah,
it really is.
it is.
Because it's not true. True
And
friendship
it's-
is not based on a color. True friendship is based on what we were talking about, that energy that's inside and
Yeah.
how you relate to one another
Right.
from that end.
Right.
But it's not giving that chance, because we have to admit in this particular country, racism has affected us on the stereotypical level when it comes to our very relationships,
Mhm.
not just in the community,
Yeah.
but our very relationships themselves.
So, what is a healthy male friendship? I mean, what does it look like?
No flirting, number one. No flirting. I mean, really nerds can't flirt. Don't flirt well at all. Ask. At the beginning, I didn't know how to flirt. I had to be taught from some brothers how to flirt. They laughed at me because I didn't do it too well. I'll tell you that right now.
That's true.
And they
but
had to teach me how to flirt. Teach me how to Dougie.
Yeah.
Teach me how to Dougie. He had to teach me how to flirt. Teach me how to flirt. But you know what? I got well. I could do it.
But you know, that's one of the things that I thought was always cute. The guys that didn't know how to flirt. I always thought that was just the cutest thing. And that was attractive to me, you know, because it was more sincere.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
flirted you. Present
But you
and accountability.
but you
Present
had,
accountability.
but you had something else
I had
that
moxie. I
that
had
attracted me
moxie.
more.
That's what I had.
you had that
What?
that mind. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
okay. Yeah, I do.
That-
I did push that.
Yeah,
That's
you
very
could
important.
talk to me about things that
Yeah, that's
would
true.
just
That's
yes.
true.
I,
That's always been part of me.
Yes.
Okay, present and accountable. I think that's very important.
yes.
Many men are not necessarily present and accountable. In friendship, is you're going to be present and accountable. You're going to be there.
Mhm.
That I think, in fact, Sister Letitia and I were talking about before we came to the show. We were talking about living in the now, and it's important for us to live in the now. Friendship people live in the now. Good or bad, they live in the now.
Yeah.
So that's important. As for again, a healthy male friend, he's there in the now. He ain't looking over his shoulder. He's not watching the football game. He's not on the phone. He's there now with you. Okay, he checks on you. He supports your goals.
Mhm.
Him and I
Yes.
always been that way since I met you. Still do that now. Sometimes I push it a little bit too hard, but but that's just part of who I am too at the same time. But I think that's very important that you push people's goals on both sides.
Yes.
But we're talking about healthy males.
I agree.
Don't cross emotional or physical boundaries. Ooh, that's a tough one. But that is, especially if you got a drama woman. That could be tough for some males.
And
But that
even
is.
if you don't, because some males
Mhm.
bring drama into the relationship, and a lot of it has to do with their past history, that it's what they're used to.
No, it could be like you. You're just so quiet. I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, sometimes it could be that way. You just
And,
don't show much
and
emotion.
see, and
so
the
not
other,
much to cross.
and the other side to that is you hear guys saying, "I wish she just shut up sometimes. She just talks so much.
But that ain't
She's
me.
always talking."
That ain't me.
And so, yeah, well, I'm not always talking.
I know.
either. It's like-
No.
I only talk when I have
When
something
you feel
worthwhile
like
to
talking.
say.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't feel like my voice has to be heard just for the sake of.
But you got a good
Yeah,
voice.
yeah,
But you got a good voice.
Yeah,
so
but
you shouldn't think
only-
about that. You talk
But
every
only
day
let
at school.
something come out of
You
it
talk
that's
every day at
worthwhile.
school with no problem. All those kids, even when the kids who get a chance to meet, so they get tired of you talking.
But
no, I'm just
at work, I'm
been taught
speaking
and trained to
something.
be that way.
At work, I'm speaking something that they need to hear.
Even
something
that
that
you
is
still were
worthwhile
taught
for
and
them.
trained to do that way too. You had to take that which is part of you also wherever you go, especially in your relationship. But that's part of being a friend. Very important. Case example: a brother told his sister, "I just want to know you, not own you." Many sisters think that if a brother wants to know you, he's trying to own you. Uh-oh.
You know,
She ghosted
yeah.
him because it wasn't going anywhere. I'm gonna stop right here. Let Sister Tita. What do you think about that, Sister Tita?
Well, you said own. Own who? Who owns who? I'm becoming Al. Who?
Mhm.
Who owns who?
Mhm.
No one person can own another. It's an allowance.
Mhm.
Another person coming into another person's life, friendship, relationship, that's an allowance. I deal with mathematics. Either you're going to be an addition or a multiplier. We
Mhm.
own nothing.
Mhm.
Yes.
And we have
Owning divides.
at one particular
Thank you.
time, we were enslaved into a situation where we all were owned. In fact, quite frankly, right now, a lot of us are still sold on that.
Yes.
And we're not being too open in our own relationship from the standpoint of, how can I say it, wanting to know each other. We're still
Yes.
trying to own each other on the down low
Yeah.
too at the same time.
And women are really
Manipulating
that
matter.
situation,
Yeah.
accustomed to being controlled by males. You know, you can't do this, you can't do that
Mhm.
unless I say so. That's not the relationship you need to be in. If you're not going to talk about it and discuss it together, what the parameters are, and come to a conclusion, that's not the relationship to be in. Even if he says, well, it's what's best for you. Maybe, maybe not.
We talk about that. It's called coming to a conclusion and using mutual what? Agreement.
Mhm.
Mutual agreement. Many times a relationship, people don't even know what mutual agreement, which is what we've taught before in
Yeah.
a relationship, because friends always operate, if they're true friends,
Mhm.
on mutual agreement.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily bring that into our relationship. That's what we're talking about, bringing friendship into
Mhm.
relationship. So mutual agreement is important to have in that relationship. That's not a part of owning. That's
Yeah.
part of you trying to know each other
Mhm. Yes.
from that particular.
Yeah.
So definitely teach, preach.
Sometimes the friendship is the lesson.
Uh-oh. Mm-mm.
Not every connection is meant for romance.
Hey, Sister Tita, how many times have you told your kids that? How many times have you told them? Not every one of them is going to be a romance there. They just need to be, stop it.
Hey, children never had a kid, baby goat. I'd be a trillionaire if I did. Just saying. But no, I mean, again, society groomed us.
Mhm.
Society cultivated us.
Yeah.
Society seeded us. And now we're replanting ourselves to go into something different.
Yes, we are. And we should. In a balanced relationship, that's what it's all about, trying to move to that next challenge and way. Where are we at now? Practice of platonic intimacy. Introduce the concept of practice of platonic intimacy. Platonic intimacy would be not using sexual and this as a closeness to connect. Physical touch in the sexual areas, sexual organs. It's talk about using another particular way of intimacy that is platonic to be able to connect with one another.
No sex, no romance.
Mm-mm.
Let's just go out and have fun. It's kind of like we were talking about earlier. Let's go to the movie. I'll pay for the tickets. You buy the popcorn or whatever the
Mhm.
snacks are, and we're just gonna have a good time. We walk around. We'll
Mhm.
take
In
a
heaven
walk.
all day.
Go-
We'll walk
yeah,
around heaven all day. No, okay.
absolutely.
That was the song.
Yeah. We
Y'all ain't went to church. Y'all don't
we
know.
we got it. We got
Hmm.
it. We got it.
Try having one friend of the opposite sex with the goal is not to be married, sex, but mutual growth.
And therein lies
Mhm.
one of the problems that I feel is at the basis of why we have issues.
Mm-hmm.
We have crossed those two words,
Mm-hmm.
gender and sex.
Yes.
We don't, we say, don't deal with this sex, but it's really this gender. They're two different things. So we need to get a clarity on that because it's confusing.
Well, it won't be today. 30 days. Try this example. This 30-day friendship fast. I'm talking about even in your marriage relationship. I want you to take a 30-day friendship fast. Take a fast for a body. Well, sometimes we don't, but we should. But we take a fast. Well, try it. Take a 30-day fast. No flirting, no romance, expectation, just mutual presence and honesty. Try to treat each other just as pure friends. It might be the first time you've ever tried this before in your relationship because you never had it before. You didn't start with it, but you can start doing that right now. Try a 30-day fast. And a couple out there listen to me right now. I want you to try that in your relationship, a 30-day fast.
And this is a perfect time because tomorrow is the first of the month.
Ooh.
So you've got the month of August
Yes.
to try this. And you might want to journal while you're doing it,
Mm.
so that you can have something that you can relate to, and you can see where you started and where you end,
Mhm.
and say, we were friends then, but now we're so much closer friends, or we just realized we really weren't friends
Friends in
but
the first
now-
place.
But now we
Exactly.
are. Now we're building a friendship. You do something so that you know where you are at the end of that 30 days, where you began and where you end.
That bond through that platonic friendship, in this case, the fast, and open that soul, make it deeper, make it more richer, and you'll find that your future relationship will be much more healthy. Okay, we're going into our final thoughts of
Okay, hold
community rituals.
What do you think about that?
Oh
first?
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at time. Ooh, we got a little bit of time too.
Latita, are you with us?
I don't know. She's on pause. Oh, she's on pause.
Oh, yeah, she hasn't moved. For a
Yeah,
minute.
she hasn't moved
Okay.
to that position for a little while. I wasn't
Okay.
trying to do it.
Well, we'll
Usually
we'll
like that,
we'll,
okay.
we'll catch her when she comes
Final
back.
thoughts on community ritual. Hopefully she heard you need to come back and try again. Sister, recap. Sisters, don't let the hunger for love blind you to the sacredness of friendship. Brothers, don't be afraid to offer real friendship without agenda. Go ahead and say that same thing to help on both sides.
Brothers, don't let the hunger for love blind you.
Those panties, that booty, that everything else. Don't let that thirstiness
Blind you to the
And
sacredness
I know
of friendship.
It can. I've been there,
Sisters,
done that.
Don't be afraid to offer real friendship without agenda.
Exactly. Hold that booty back. Hold them legs back. Hold
Yes.
them back. You know, really inside, you want to show
Hold-
them friendship.
Hold the flirting back.
Yeah.
Learn to laugh with the man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just about nothing. You watch a butterfly go by, laugh about it, talk
Mhm.
about it, be a friend.
Write down 3 traits of a true friend you need in a partner. Right.
Mhm.
Reach out to one person and commit to building a no pressure friendship relationship ritual. Light a candle and say out loud, I honor myself enough to wait for love that grows from trust, and I honor others by offering friendship without strings. Now that is a mantra to be able to say.
Yes.
That starts out what Sister Tita was talking about in the first place.
And-
what, Sister Tita, you on furls for a little bit. Now you're moving. We're ending near the end of our show. Give us a couple of minutes real quickly of something that's on to kind of just roll things together.
Okay, what you just said, and if you don't have a candle, put your hand over each other's heart or your heart and say it.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. Oh, that is very, very, very
And that would be a perfect way to start the 30-day fast,
good. It is.
the
It is.
30-day friendship fast.
Okay, here's the last quote. Friendship is the foundation of a lasting love because it creates trust, respect, and a safe space for love to grow without fear. Passion may start the fire, but friendship keeps it burning through the storms. So if you can't be friends, you have to say, we have no business of building anything in the future.
Or towards the future.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
All right. God bless. Ashe, until we see each other again.
Like this.